I think I can speak now. Thank you all for being here. It's so wonderful to see every single person who is here. My writing sister, S. Diane Wellman, is going to introduce the reading. S. Diane writes vignettes and memoir, and she's an incredible writer who doesn't submit a lot, but she is wonderful. Diane is reading an introduction written by my dear friend Art Stringer, who has strep throat. Art and I have been critiquing each other's poetry for who knows how long, like 20 years. I have a folder this thick of Art's comments on my poems, and recently I told him that, and he said, I have the same thing. Anyway, here's Diane reading Art's intro.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm speaking as Art for the only time in my life. It's a pleasure to see everyone here as we celebrate the work of Mary Moore, who asked me to say a few words of introduction. I met Mary 30 years ago when she joined the Marshall English Department as a scholar and a poet. Even earlier, she had been a skilled craftsman of words in her native California, pursuing graduate work in poetry and in a demanding private sector career in technical writing. In her 20 years at Marshall, she distinguished herself as a beloved, and I had her as a teacher, it's true, I'm sorry I slipped out of character, as a beloved and brilliant teacher and as a master poet. Funny story. Upon her retirement, she seems to have done everything but retire, publishing 5 of her 7 books in the last 9 years. For us older adults especially, that's utterly inspiring. During those same recent years, Mary has brought together several small writing and reading groups, enhancing the literary community both locally and online. Her work has appeared in nearly all of the most respected literary journals: Poetry, Field, Prairie Schooner, Nimrod, Georgia Review, Gettysburg Review, New Letters, and the list goes on. These editors have recognized in her poems a supple and living language, rich with texture, density, and sonic delight, as well as a commitment to strong lyric emotion and formal precision. For me, reading Mary's books can be like walking through a gallery lined with startling images while moving music plays. Mary's newest collection, Amanda Chimera, is no less ambitious, no less accomplished. Plumbing the depths of our human so-called individuality, she finds an alternative identity inside and allows that unrealized self a chance to speak. Sometimes the words bubbling up from the self that might have been are unsettling. Such honesty may seem brutal, but its hard truth can teach us, in darker times, how to live better. Finally, for Mary, I'd like to paraphrase a line of praise I once read somewhere. I don't know where she learned to sing such songs. It is enough that she goes on singing them. Please welcome Mary Moore.
It's not good to start out crying. I'm going to read part of one of the blurbs because it sets up the underlying narrative of these poems. In Amanda Chimera, Mary B. Moore addresses an unsettling truth. Something's inside her that's not her. The reader is introduced to Amanda and her vanished twin absorbed in utero, Gloria. Most vanished twins, this is an actual medical phenomena, do not speak, but Gloria does. Moore contrasts the vanished twin fable with deep personal narratives, and ekphrastic responses. We all have our monsters, our shadow selves and demon twins. The challenge of a lifetime is to fearlessly explore these entities. I'm going to start with Amanda Chimera, part 1. I have to say that my friend S. Diane Wellman pointed out a long time ago that when poets read and they have numbered parts, they always go, 1. We rode lightless, the salt and soothe of Amnios. 2, the egg-bellied mother boar, yoked twins. We somersaulted, bobbed, and rocked when the world walked, pink seahorses, eaters and swimmers, footless dancers, buds for limbs. 2. This is addressed to Gloria, by the way. You died the Tuesday mother never knew you, drowned in the sea of mother may I be. Devolved cells in helices fluid, you eeled your way into me. Eye, bud, ear hole, heart's left chamber. I, your shroud and skin. You weren't born, but I bear you. Lonely, only girl, looking for kin. I had Jean Sears read me, and hello, they found you. Lost twin who spirals inside me and not me. A star's arm, one-winged bird, soul, spherule of pollen. You're iffy as suppose. A comma, a single parens, half an iota. We're gnomic, a riddle. When is 1, 2, 2, 1? Which is you when you're both also me? 4. You might have pitched a mean curveball, long-legged runner sprinting the grade school bases, sliding home, a Hail Mary hit. Or we'd have lain face up on summer lawns, finding heroes and animals the night sky starred, imagining our own, the 2 sisters, the musical lyre, the swan, our swain. You might have played piano while I keyed the Mac, our secret language, a libretto, musical as Italian, all the words ending in ah or e or o, the unworded sounds of pleasure or loss. Or we might be antonyms, dissonance. They tell me you'd have been winged or hooved, 2-hearted, one-eyed, a moon calf. I'm a chimera, a zoo of 2 anyway. My first lost half. You haunt me like Plato's myth of Eros. He dreamed the envious gods halved the first humans, perfect spherical pearls or moons to control their unruly power. We still yearn for our lost halves, lean toward each other across the abyss, the difference. You lived only the womb dream, wisp of a wish, fiction, who slipped under my skin, alien yet familiar, an incarnation I also am, sister, demon, twin. So Amanda has her own suffering. The birds of cutting I'm tired today and blue to boot. Nothing buoys me. Yes is my nose. Even the cardinal on the fence, a dusky girl, isn't all red like cardinal boys. And the blue jays are goading the white cat, fur spiked and matted. He won't be hurried or harried. Tail down, he slinks finally under the porch. The jays take off. All the birds I notice are red and blue, like blood, blue in, red out. The blue that shadows my eyes agrees with the blue veining my wrists. In is better than out. Red bolts its course, is high-res, heady, and heedless, and the little mouths I cut on my arm, bleeding and bleeding bed, hurt me into feeling a festival of hurt. Look at my red letters. Read me. Tell me I am. Marie Manila, you all know, is a well-published author of novels and short stories and some memoirs, and she is also one of my dear writing sisters.
I can't follow you. Reading your poem to you.
I love it when you sometimes read my poems to me. I love it.
When Mary retired, she started this group with Rachel and Diane and me, and we are so grateful. Thank you. Our work is all so much better because of you, honey. This is Amanda's Quite Contrary. Awake at 6, hair gelled and spiked by 6:05, I say my morning mantra to mirror me. It's okay to be me, okay to be me, okay to be me. I line my eyelids, dago blue, pull up my Levi's 505s, loop mother's pearls around my crew neck tee. I like a mixed diction. Already dressed, the downy woodpecker works the walnut tree. His red cap bobs up, down. His back's barred black and white, decked out like Baltimore's catechisms, black and white milk bottles, illustrating the soul's states, grace or sin. Uncontrite, he inclines up the branch so fast priests can't catch him. He's both and, not either or, contraries married and capped with acclaim. He pauses, pecks beetle stalk, larval plenty, then flicks to the next right spot. Black eyes white rimmed, he's a small spectacle bespectacled. I like his whim and festival. One-footed hop, head bob, I do my lips, downy cap red.
So one reason I formed this group is so that they would be forced to read my poems at this reading. The next poem is Vertigo, and it's kind of about stuff that it's called The Vanishing Twin Does Vertigo. It's kind of like stuff that Gloria does to Amanda, because the very first poem in the collection ends, Gloria is no saint, Amanda is her haunt. The Vanishing Twin Does Vertigo. The window oak confettis the light, and every iota stutters and whirls. It's Gloria. She spins in the inner ear, light-footed dervishing. She loves the whirlies, the hover, below becoming above, over going under. But even pirouettes lapse into Dunnats. Gloria's got her limits. She wears Amanda wearing a beret and pencil skirt. She's her cachet at the Sidewalk Cafe, where the litter has peaked after lunch. A crow beaks the green star on a cup, speaks crow. He's green, blue, black up close, like coal's petrol rainbow. He's its official logo. And the napkins, unorigamied, not winged or domed, are flim-flam, the wind will gust. The day's a kick or a bust, depending on how you adjust the tilt, whether you're the dizzier, the dizzied, or the blur between, the Gloria factor. The table's metal square shed a shadow, gridding the sidewalk, rigid cages and boundaries, a quandary. Whose canary? Who's mine? Amanda can't hear herself think. Gloria's rustling. Bird in a paper bag, weird in the old sense, witchy. She's an itch Amanda can't scratch. Just when Amanda gets twitchy, Gloria goes still, like the pause between why and because, act and applause. Gloria's keen to be heard, to be seen. Vertigo is her dance. To the Ghosts of Humid Nights illustrates a more elegiac quality to Amanda's relationship with Gloria. And it's addressed by Amanda to Gloria. To the Ghost of Humid Nights, you're so light, Sister Birdfoot. You gust and whistle uphill and down the side I can't see, where the hollow resurrects mist. Days the woods gather it, the warm and humid night set it loose. Mist, gray blue pearls a girl might wear or be. Sway and drape, slow dance the ridges have mothered. Sister who was, then wasn't, ghost story. I've imagined you haloed and pale like the drowned, or blooded, flush with energy, riding air and the wood's luscious scents, oak, bark, humus, pine. Do you know who whistled up the musk and gristle we are? You've licked the light off Four Pole Creek. If not flesh and bone, gust in the mist. Earth is your mouth. Now S will read how 1 is 2, and then we will break for an intermission.
How the 1 is 2, Amanda and her vanished twin. One sister worships photons, the other adores the dark night morning glory, purple-black. One worries God who massacred the Midianites, the other thinks earthquakes and rogue waves divine. One expunges herself from Facebook every night before bed. The other splurges herself, does Insta at 2 a.m. Amanda learned their ancestors came from the steppes. Gloria thought Paris. Gloria squanders on flat shoes. Amanda hoards her heels. Read that as you will. The one's calves are well muscled because she loves running the park. The other prefers drinking Miller High Life in her Chevy and buzzing St. Joe's, scofflaw. The awe-abiding one loves the jaw drop of wonder and admires thunder rolling boulders down slope. One hears bells in the rose and bowl of her ear. One hears the long sigh of bust exhaust. One is a stone with one ear to the earth, the other a bay that asterisks its own blue in the window. One is New York, one Sonoma. Sleeping, they dream each other.
So there's a whole thing in this book, a theme about seeing and being seen, and especially as it involves Amanda's father. So here's a poem on her dad's obsession with photography. Camera head. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, 15. I never think to do that. Camera head. Dad liked gambling, the trifecta, oh and ah, the jockey's turquoise and neon pink, hullabaloo and photo finish, his heart beating and lifting, red hope he rode. His eye apple, showgirl at Pimlico, I was risky. I might pose good girl, or pucker O's, or guffaw. He photoed me black and white, Kodachromed me, tinted me sepia. Poser, I loved the two-hole double lens reflex, flat nose, box-headed square window where the brain should be. He let me see it arc, bow, distort, even him. And from no, from blank, in the red lit shadows the dark room brewed, silver vowed to light, and now me, now my mother, then a sunflower fully blown, large brown eye like a doe's. Eyeing and eyed, we phototroped between is and pose. Well, this one is long and a little difficult, but I and my writing sisters decided I should read it, so I'm going to. This is page 60. Amanda showing the father. My father, Dominic Lowy, used to say when I'd sassed, he'd lower the boom if I were his daughter. Then he'd remember I was. And Gloria, too, though he did not know her. And he'd pour himself a whiskey sour, wish key to the door of a restored Anaheim, where the orange groves crowns the bowls that tree moss powdered poster paint green were still a power, like the neon tower at the movie theater, Lowe's, no relation. Drunk, his own crower, he'd say his sales made Cutter Labs soar until the bad vaccine. He dowered me with sample boxes, small cardboard houses. I made streets, neighborhoods, towns where fathers were neither senile nor dour. 2. On summer weekends, his penis peeped out his boxers. One-eyed voyeur, flabby finger his thigh grew. Do-nothing malingerer, flute with only one hole. What was it for? Did he show it on purpose? Gloria was very quiet. A whale couldn't pass through it, or a yellow school bus, a girl in blue and white checkered uniform skirt, a Coors can, the White House Ike, the squadrons of World War II fighter planes Dad flew in and watched with me, and Victory at Sea, nor, of course, the Enola Gay, nor the dark red roses with peppery nose he grew for my mother. You see, I cannot look at the thing itself, though familiar as old goals, Pall Malls, the O'Keefe and Merritt stove, but must clothe it in metonymy, hyperbole. 3. When I finally saw a man's erect, I didn't imagine my father's. I felt its movable skin, silk on a pipe, saw the dew beating the flute hole, a one-note song I wasn't ready to play. I was a child's glove, too tight a fit. And wetted, the boy burned and tore as he thumbed inward, and feeling something akin to love moved at first gently. 4. Dad's last resort was Journey's End Trailer Park. He planted the yellow roses Mom and Gloria loved. Lucky he landed in Santa Rosa, where no tornadoes thumbed down, bully and flattened trailers like roadkill. Dad didn't blow away, but Paul mauled himself out. The gorgeous red Pax gorgoned him. Smoke rings snaked around his head, braiding and unbraiding spirals and half curls, but his bachelor button blue eyes stunned no one into stone. Later, I'd gin up my own catatonic tonic. 5. Some nights we starfished. Pisces, the Big Dipper, Orion, whose sword pointed always earthward. Stories rode the night sky, and I, his little starlet. He won a prize for me at 5, photographed while bathing, hair piled on my head, a dark crown. 6. I remember no trespass, no blush heating my face. I thought everyone's father showed. 7. Gloria imagined the innocents, our 4 children, huddled in the breast-shaped huts, earth mud and straw teats, fire embering the center, smoke rising through the blowhole at the top, and the children at 2, 6, 12, witnessing the 4-legged, 4-armed animal moan, lift, and fall, riding, being ridden. The child fur would rise on their arms, and they'd hide their eyes. The monster, or was it a god, so awed them. 8. Blameless as our father's baby blue eyes, I saw only a wrinkled, one-eyed thing, Cyclops. No seer or power or wand, a useless finger, pipe without a song, nothing I needed, nothing at all. Rachel.
I love that Mary, an only child, looks at Amanda and finds a vanishing twin. Looks at her writer friends and sees sisters. Because that's your heart. You're always seeing connection and kinship in others. But I think it's your marvel of a mind, as we frequently note to you, that really lends so much complexity and meaning to everything you look at. And so where you see, or where we would see sunlight and oaks and maples, you see so much more. And that's a poor introduction to this poem, Falling and Calling, on page 87. Then they fall through you, the small islands of sunlight, the maples and oaks release where you walk. Sheer things the birds sing and call through in the privacy you think you are. It reminds you the jilted girl is tucked inside. She sheds her influence backward and forward. Watching through your eyes, the leaves balance and spill the sun for hours. She memorizes the random shapes of falling light. She recalls them for you like childhood prayers as sleep forestalls, weightless, substanceless as she is. She is calling and falling through you, provoking you to love.
And I forgot to introduce Rachel, who is a wonderful prose poet and writer of memoir, and one of my beloved writing sisters. I'm now reading the last book in the collection, Atomic Woman. Page 88. The Atomic Woman. My husband's open guitar score, where the notes rise or fall, wingless or one-winged, a murder of crows. My father's overflowing avocado green dinner plate size ashtray littered with burnt out old golds, suicide's instruments. The sequins decorating my daughter's Red Sox ball cap, which nicked the sparks off Four-Pole Creek. And here, the bees' cadre, like the World War II turboprops my father flew, slow buzzing the flowering dogwood, one hightailing it to the next flower, crepe, myrtle. Socrates riddled and fiddled it, the many and the one. The hive mind guiding a cloud of bees all one way. Gloria ticking in my inner ear. The guts, flora and fauna. Atoms and spaces swarming and shaping a woman. Even the spine's bone-ringed cord. Kundalini, the Hindus call it. Once own wand. Is it all those spaces that prickle and pierce, that drive us to join, to be entered, or enter another doomed cloud of atoms, charges, and urges? Now the tree shades ideograms on the lawn, one-sided man, many-armed woman, stumped man, Shiva and Kali are dismembering memory. And yes, the inconstant consonants, chattering mother birds, the vowels opening mouths, finger bones, ear bones, this dance. Read me, rhyme me, make me cohere.